let me transfer you.
Switch to Farm Bureau Insurance today and get real service instead of getting really tangled up. For auto, home, life, and health, get the membership advantage. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
I wanted the opportunity to play right away, and you know, just I took a visit here, loved the campus, and right then, you know, after talking with the coaches, it just seemed like the right fit.
If I could just follow up, there's a lot of schools between L.A. and Richmond. I'm just wondering what drew you to Virginia and Richmond?
Well, I mean, a number of things. You had obviously the academics here. You get the international studies program that's what I've studied at SC, and then obviously the football is competitive, and you know, they're going to compete in the playoffs every year, and so just the combination of that you know, really sold me.
Is there any kind of prior connection between yourself and the school that sort of put it on the map? I mean,
no, not really. I mean, it's you know, I took a visit out here with my mom, and we met with Coach, and you know, just seemed right.
So is this something that started with you, and the school didn't come to you? You actually pursued coming here?
Yeah. I kind of initiated it, or me and my family did that.
Aaron, how much did Richmond's national championship win, if any, factor into your basic knowledge of the school and the program? Does their reputation extend that far, or did you have to find out a little bit more about it when you started looking around?
Well, I heard of Richmond just because 2 years ago, obviously they did win the national championship, and then we played UVA that same year that they did, and you know, that's only the extent of what I knew about Richmond before. And then, you know, after kind of digging a little deeper, you know, really kind of saw the positives.
Coach Scott, can you quantify what this does for the program? I mean, this is obviously one of the highest touted recruits that has ever come to Richmond, but realistically speaking, what does this do to your roster now as you look forward to spring practice?
It solidifies a situation that we were a little bit worried about. We were worried about our depth at the quarterback situation, and obviously with the addition of Aaron, it definitely makes the situation better. It makes the situation that much more competitive going into the spring.
When does spring ball start? Do you know yet?
We're playing with some dates, but we're going to start, I think, the second or third week of March.
Would this signal a more willing approach by the University of Richmond to embrace transfers? It's been a fairly uncommon thing at this school, whereas in other schools hasn't been so uncommon. It's been fairly common.
Well, we've had transfers before, and the University of Richmond's just not going to accept anybody. Obviously, you know, it had to be a fit academically, it had to be a fit character-wise, it had to be a fit football-wise. You know, we're not going to become you know, one of those schools that just goes out and seeks players. You know, we're going to do what's best, you know, for the school and for the program.
Aaron, you mentioned a visit here. Did you visit other schools?
I did not. You know, there were plans to do that, but once I came here, I kind of love at first sight, I guess you could say that.
You also mentioned digging a little deeper. I wonder if you could share with us some of the research you did.
Well, before coming here, it was all on the internet. Just, you know, checked out what kind of academics it was. Athletically, just, you know, obviously with the departure of Eric Ward, you know, it made the spot obviously open, and you know, give me a good shot at playing next year.
You aware of receivers coming back, that sort of thing? Did you go that deep?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got Kevin coming back, and a group of other guys that, you know, that's probably going to be the strongest position at, you know, coming up this season.
Can you just talk about the last 12 months that you've been through, going from being the #1 guy at one of the top 5 programs in the country, and then going through the injury, then having to sit this past season, and then getting a brand new opportunity like this? It's got to be quite a bunch of ups and downs.
Yeah, I mean, I think, just looking at the positive, now's a brand new opportunity, and last year was a little rough, but I'm really excited to be here, and I can't wait to get started. I got my physical tomorrow, and get started at work.
What are your thoughts on Pete's departure from the program and heading up north there to Washington?
Surprising. I had no idea that was going to happen.
Coach, does the success of guys like Tim Hightower and the reduction in scholarships from a few years ago make decisions like this a little bit easier for players that maybe would go to bigger schools, but they can look at 1AA now because the pros look at it?
Well, no question. I mean, with the success that Richmond has had, with its athletes and with this program, and I think a lot of it, for Aaron was obviously he had the opportunity to get a quality education. He had the opportunity to play, at the highest level, in the best league at this level. So it's just a good situation for him all around.
And I guess Latrell, how excited are you to be able to get a guy who's highly touted out of high school? Obviously, had a chance to start at USC. For yourself as a first-year coach coming in here to be able to land something like that and have it just kind of fall in your lap like that.
Well, it's exciting. Just like I told the team last night, my job as the head coach at the University of Richmond is to make this team as competitive as possible. And, if it was a wide receiver, if it was a defensive lineman, if it was an offensive tackle, we want to create competition across the board. It is exciting that he was drawn to us. It is exciting that the university and everybody was able to make it possible. It's an exciting situation all the way around.
And have you talked to John about it? I'm sure you have. And what were his thoughts, or what's his reaction to obviously get a transfer like this coming in?
We spoke to John about it. John was actually the first person to know. Because part of my commitment to these guys is that none of these guys are going to hear anything from anywhere else. Before they hear from me, if at all possible. So I spoke to John about the situation, and John welcomes the challenge. John's a competitive young man, and John's just not going to go away. Because we brought another quarterback in, and it will be a competition in the spring.
Aaron, what is the reaction among friends in California to your decision?
Mostly well-wishers. A couple people were a little upset to see me go, but for the most part, everyone's just been saying good luck, we're happy for you, and a lot of support, which is awesome.
Was there a notable reaction due to the place you transferred to that it was on the other coast, basically?
A little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. With technology, you can always keep in touch with people.
And what's obviously this is your first day of classes today, right?
Yes.
So what's kind of been the reaction as you've been here for what?
Well, I haven't been to class yet. Still working on a schedule, still getting everything situated, but I think the last week has been extremely fast, and I'm just ready to get settled in and kind of get going in the routine.
Is it kind of interesting as a player to go, come from USC to come here all of a sudden you got your own press conference just because you showed up? What's that kind of like?
Well, I haven't done anything yet, so hopefully I can get on the field and make your guys' presence kind of worthy.
I was going to ask you about that, the expectations and the pressure that goes with a move like this. Mm-hmm. Can you speak to that point?
Well, it's just a matter of hard work. If you work hard, good things will happen, and that's what I'm excited, to get started. I can't wait to get in the weight room, get running with the guys, get throwing, and develop a chemistry.
Anything else? Coach Scott, this team, because of personnel, basically in the last few years, since Hightower came through, has been ball control type team on offense. Play really good defense, play good special teams, that sort of thing. I wonder if that approach shifts any, given your returners and the new addition. Obviously, you got a lot of wide receivers.
Well, I think in any case, you play to your strengths. Obviously, we want to play well on defense, and offensively, Timmy Hightower's obviously is a starter in the NFL, so we played to our strengths at that time. We feel like we've still got good running backs. We feel like we still got a good offensive line, but we've got 3 or 4 receivers that can obviously catch the ball and do things in space. So our goal is to put the best 5 skilled people on the field. Be it 5 wideouts, be it 4 wideouts, whoever. We want to get the ball into the hands of our playmakers, and with Aaron or John, whoever it may be.